Good evening, my subscribers on YouTube, peeps on Facebook, and the House of Nerdum. And if you're watching this on the P111 YouTube channel, it is the man, the DOUG here for his video game review of The Order 1886. Now, I just recently platinumed this game, yes. I know I probably should have had to platinum sooner, but I was off for those 3 months. I didn't have a guide to look up the collectibles, which we'll get to later. But let's talk about The Order. The Order came out February 20th of this year by Ready at Dawn and SEC Santa Monica Studios, and was published by Sony Computer Entertainment. And it is set in an alternate history of London back in 1886. Now, the baloney thing for me was trying to figure out what area to do the demo, well, to show off the area. So we're going to go to Chapter 1, Always a Night, and take cover. Now, this game has been reviewed and by a lot of critics, and it gets a lot of love and a lot of hate. A lot of people love this game because of the graphic appeal and everything else. And also a lot of people hate it because it's a short game, gameplay's not that good. Headshot. And of course you press square wheel. Now, like I said, recently platinum this game. In the game, let's talk about it, the graphics. Like I said, the graphics overall is the appeal of this game. It ain't going to be the story. It ain't going to be the controls. Because the controls are your usual base for a third-person shooter. Same with the story to a degree. Like I said, it's set in an alternate universe of London, where you're part of the Order, and you're trying to figure out what is going on with the rebels, and there was more to meets the eye with this particular rebel situation. And I'll leave it at that. Now, as far as for the gameplay, as you can see, you hold L2 to zoom and you shoot with the R2 button. Of course, later on, there is actually a way you can actually freeze down time to get an advantage. Why should I stay clear? I'm a knight of the Order. But I kind of do want to get killed, so I can show you one of the things. Because normally when you do get... Of course, when you run out of ammo, there's only one thing you can do. You do have melee, which is triangle when you get near them. And that's actually a trophy, believe it or not. You have to melee so many enemies. Which ain't that hard to do. One hit kill, melee attacks. I do like that. And they're dead. Good night. Now, of course, this is another one of the guns that do involve a trophy. Gotta stun them. Now, the story, getting back to that, is not what I would call good. It's decent. I've seen worse. I've seen better. But the voice acting is very well done, so I do give its props on that. I forgot one. And good night. Now, like I said, the voice acting does its job well, and I do applaud it. But that's where now I have to go to the negatives. The gameplay is short, which is unfortunate because it's not that bad of a game, but it does hurt it. You can beat it in a day, which is very sad to a degree. Oh, open the door, bitch. Yeah, you took the shot, not me. Anyway, checkpoint and cutscene. That's another problem with this. It's nothing but cutscenes. feels like you're more... It's very sad. You know, it's like those old Final Fantasy games to where you would see like a long cutscene and couldn't do anything. And he did. Now, that's the biggest problem because you can't skip any of the cutscenes either. So, big disadvantage. And now we can throw a smoke grenade, which, well, you know what a smoke grenade does. Nah. Nothing really weird about or new different about that. And smashy smashy. So that's pretty much the gameplay I can talk about because there ain't much to talk about with the gameplay, unfortunately. Now, let's get to the trophies because as we know, for us trophy hunters out there, if you're watching this, we care about that. The trophy difficulty is not that hard. The biggest problem with it, unfortunately, is the collectibles. Now once you do get a collectible, it is saved automatically, but if you miss one, you have no way to know which one it is, excluding for one, which is in the archives. You can actually at least see which of the audio tapes you have, so you can at least go through them and figure out. But if you're missing any of the newspapers, pictures, documents, or any other things else you can look at, you're in trouble because it doesn't tell you which ones you're missing. That's what took me so long because I actually had to go through every chapter to figure out which photo I was missing. So that sucks. So be warned, if you do plan on getting this game, please have the collector's guide with you so you can get every collectible at every chance you get. Now, not all the chapters have it, not all of them do. It's like, I think maybe only a little bit of them, if any. So, yeah, disappointing. Well, that's one thing I will say. In this kind of game, it would help to have a way to actually keep track of which ones you have and don't have, but unfortunately, it does not. Which is very, very, very sad. Now, excuse me, sorry, I lost train of thought. Now, here's the thing. Like I said at the beginning of this game got a lot of critical acclaim for its look. And I think that's what a lot of people who gave it a high review based it on, its look. Which, don't get me wrong, it looks pretty, but even I had to agree with some of the critics. Gameplay is more important than looks. I'd rather play a game that looks like crap, that has but has wonderful, great gameplay, instead of a game that looks beautiful, but has no decent gameplay. It is sad. Now, what's that mean for this? Well, at the end of the day, the Order 1886. Is it a hard game? No. Is it a fun game? Kind of. This is one of those games I have to say I recommend getting if it's for cheap, or if you can get from GameFly. I would say Redbox, but I don't think Redbox carries it anymore. It's one of those games where I will say it needs to be experienced, but not worth the money it was originally for back when it came out, which was $60. Or in my case, I got the collector's edition with the statue, so I paid a little more. Well, yes, the statue looks nice. Unfortunately, it's the only good thing I can say I really enjoyed about getting the collector's edition, and the stickers to a degree. Now, so what's that score going to be? Well, end of the day, the Order 1886 gets a 3 out of 5. Not a bad game, but there's a lot of flaws with it. It feels more like a movie. Which, don't get me wrong, games like Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls are kind of the same thing. The difference is they actually done correctly. I think this one, Ready at Dawn, did not do a good job of doing that, unfortunately. As far as for the trophy list in itself, its difficulty. The trophy difficulty, it's about a... I'm going to just give it a 1, just because of the fact of if you have the cheat sheet guide for the collectibles, you should be able to, you know, easily get all the collectibles on one playthrough. If you can't, like I said, you can go back to chapter selection and get them. But at the end of the day, the review is, like I said, it's a 3 out of 5 for the Order. Not that good, not that great, mediocre at best. Trophy difficulty a 1. Now, With that being said, any of you who have played the whole game and beat it know there is the ending, which I'm not going to spoil too much on what's going on, but at the end they kind of hint at a sequel. If there is a sequel to this game, I hope Lady at Dawn concentrates on what hurt the game, the gameplay, the shortness of it. Don't get me wrong, I usually am not the biggest one to complain about shortness, but it needs to be addressed in this kind of case when the game feels more like watching a movie. You know, you can keep that in there, but you gotta add substance. You gotta add the gameplay. You know, I gotta say, to a degree, do it like the order. Well, not the order. I kind of screwed up my words. I apologize. Do what Heavy Rain did. Yeah, it felt more like a movie, but your decisions actually matter. This, none of your decisions actually meant anything. That's kind of sad, because that would have actually made the game better, in my opinion, if everything you did had a consequence. Hopefully in the next one, they actually do that. But like I said, the Order 1886 is a 3 out of 5. Get it if it's under $20, or rent it from Gamefly. You'll get an easy platinum. So, I would love to know out there, people watching this, what did you think of the Order 1886? Did you love it, or did you hate it, and tell me why? And until next time, this is the DOUG signing off saying thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time, folks.